Evening, everybody. This is Chewing the Fat, where we talk about everything and nothing. We talk about current events, music, movies, books, philosophy, theology, politics, conspiracy theories, and everything in between. I'm Captain Q, and my co-host, we have Gregory,
Yo,
and we have my buddy David.
Yo,
So
David.
today on
Q.
Chewing It, what's how we doing? We're all good out there on the interwebs. Today,
Yes.
the hot topic that I just came up with is I saw in the news is the digital ID, which they've been talking about this since 2020. Was talking about digital ID, digital currency, a universal base income, the whole World Economic Forum. So I have this video of the Keir Starmer, the UK Prime Minister, talking and basically coming out with the digital ID that you won't be able to have a job in the UK without digital ID. Let's add it to the stage. Here we
Yeah,
go.
Sir Keir Starmer. Sir, don't be forgetting the sir now.
We don't use titles here in the United States. He's just
Don't
a
you be
dude.
forgetting it. Sir Anthony Hopkins, I will hug that man.
He's the only one that's allowed it. Him and Ian McKellen.
Sir Ian, yeah.
That's it.
Okay, I concur.
Ready? Here we go.
So play Kerr.
What kind of video?
and that is why today I am announcing this government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the
Good.
right to work by the end of this parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. Because
Here's a question that just popped in my head. You know how recently that they said not having an ID was racist. Where's that here? A digital ID. How is that not racist? Well, but it's wild to me. It's so wild to me.
decent,
Yeah.
pragmatic, fair-minded people, they want us to tackle the issues that they see around them. And of course, the truth is, we won't solve our problems if we don't also take on the root causes. For too many years, it's been too easy for people to come here, slip into the shadow economy, and remain here illegally.
That's how they do it. See,
Well,
that's
for
how they
that,
phrase it.
for that, then yeah, do it. You know,
Yeah.
they have a different thing. Like we have our Social Security card. I was reading on it too. Let me see what it was called. Sorry, didn't memorize the word verbiage. Employees will no longer be able to. There's still
see,
someone else's national insurance number. That's what they call it. Yeah. So if that's the case, that's awesome. I mean, that's actually a good thing. People, if that's what's going on at large, then that's good. What the problem is government overreach. If it just did that, if we did that here, I mean, we have people jumping the borders, and then you're still going to have those restaurants or whatever paying people under the table. Yeah, I could pay this guy way less, but it's going to be harder because then that business is on the chopping block if they get caught. That's where the next law would have to come in.
Well, that's what we could go all the way back to 2001. The Patriot Act was supposed to monitor terrorists, but then here we go. It's now we're 2025, but like 5-10 years after, we found out that they were using that same piece of legislation, government overreach, to monitor United States citizens.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
I'll
like
be
the
right
same
back,
thing.
gentlemen.
Okay. So David, like the Patriot Act, and like this is a engineered, in my opinion. Everything on this show is speculation, opinion, alleged. We're not experts. We don't claim to be experts. But in my opinion, they've created this immigrant crisis in the UK, and now this is the solution. So they've created the problem, and they create the solution, and now they can track and trace everyone.
Right. Well, I mean, there's a reason why we broke off from them in the beginning, anyways.
We didn't like tea.
and
That's why we're
and
coffee drinkers.
let's just move it into today's terms. There's reasons why people still want to come to America because of what we have here, more freedoms than anywhere. And if you start, what was it? Like over the summer, they were going after First Amendment rights and freedom of speech. You have no right to speak or say what you want or post what you want. We're going to actually arrest you. And they had people in prison because of quotes and things that
Social
they wanted
posts.
to speak on social media platforms. Correct. And now you're gonna enter this in as a way to marry it with immigration to support the reason why we're initiating this from the get. And I mean, a lot of people are probably that are, I mean, I don't want to say that term, but I'll use it lightly, who are a little bit older will probably end up buying in. You know, maybe you got a couple more years to your retirement and now they're forcing you to do this. I could see people jumping on ship right away just to do it.
There are people. I'm going to pull it up here. There are people already saying that's a good idea.
My question that I have, though, is how bad is their immigration? People are coming to their country to seek employment, to seek livelihood. What are those numbers? Support the fact with the numbers there, and maybe I would kind of trust what you're saying. But again, he came out and just said this: it's mandatory to do this if you want to work. A right to work is to have this. So again, I don't know. It seems like they're kind of forcing it, just like something kind of similar a few years ago that they were forcing. So maybe
very mandatory things that they are pushing on the UK, and to think that it's going to stay in the UK, you got to be naive,
right?
Like,
well, I mean, we're not at that point of where we're better, but we definitely will take something and run with it and make it our own. Who knows? They like maybe it's a social credit score that we start using. Don't speak about it because then it might actually happen. I don't want to talk about that stuff.
Well, I posted on my personal Facebook. Oh no, I did on my personal Facebook. That video, it was like a still that of the interview and digital ID, and I was like, I think I saw this on an episode of Black Mirror.
Yeah, I did see you say that earlier this week.
Let's see. There's like people love it. There's some that digital ID support collapses as public rejects biometric surveillance state. This is GBN News. Let's share this screen instead. No, I don't want that.
Collapses. Let's roll it out. Of course, it gets denied by the public.
Oh, it would help if I shared my screen, wouldn't it? My goodness gracious.
Support for digital.
I'm learning. I'm learning, folks. It's a learning curve. I'm getting used to it. Please bear with me.
Please.
Okay. I'm learning,
Collapsed. It's gone down from about 35% of the British public.
I grew up with a flip phone, okay? Like, I didn't start with a smartphone. So bear with me.
To minus 14%. And one man who can take some credit for that nudging of the particular dial is Alan Miller from Together, and he joins me now. Alan, first of all, your reaction. Support for digital ID has gone through the floor.
Well, it's fantastic to see the great British public coming out and having their voices heard. It's also very interesting to see that across the political arena, from what they call the left to the centre and the right, There's unanimity in this. The idea that we have a biometric surveillance state constantly censoring, constantly surveying and monitoring the public, the British public do not.
So the thing I noticed here that he did, which, like I said, the show's, it's all informational, entertainment, alleged. This gentleman here could be controlled opposition. Why? Because in the press conference, the guy didn't say anything about biometrics. He just said a digital ID. But this guy's saying something about biometrics. Maybe let's go back to episode 3, predictive programming. If you get biometrics. He's already saying biometrics, which Sweden, there's people in Sweden that are getting chips in their hands that they could pay stuff and stuff like that. So
Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you. I muted you when there was clanking about.
When I was making my food. Okay.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I could hear you.
Well, I'm literally chewing the fat. Big old steak.
There you go.
Just had to share what I'm doing back here. All right, I'll mute myself until I need to.
Okay.
Chime in.
But that's, the prime minister that we're just gonna have a digital ID. Like you have to have your cell phone, like China has it now too. As you have your cell phone, you have to take a picture of your face to go online. But then he added biometrics, which means that's their next step. They're already warning the next people that, okay, first we're gonna do the digital ID, then we're gonna put the digital ID inside your body. What do you think, Dave? Am I crazy?
No, you're not. I mean, you're kind of spot on. I mean, it's par for the course now. I mean, they've already gotten away with so much that, what else could you expect? It's almost like you could pull the script and read it right to us right now, and we would probably see this coming anyways. I mean, this was talked about like coming right out of COVID. They were thinking about doing it. I know me and you've had conversations about doing the United States doing something like this a while ago. So it's kind of adding up here. Now it's like the next rollout. Here's phase 2.
Yeah, for sure. And like the UK and Europe, their whole countries are the size of our states. So, we believe in state laws and, state power, but it could just, states can fall like dominoes. Like, oh, well, we're going to start it here in California is probably going to be one of the first, but California, New York, and then they're like, oh, and then next thing you know, half the country is on this system. But it's just wild stuff.
I just thought of this during COVID, when we thought it was all real, we thought it was all true. I myself and my wife were out on our back patio spraying down the food with Lysol before
we did it too.
But what I just thought of is the countries that got it right, that we were saying at the time. Sweden shut down. Nobody went outside. They shut down. They all got together and said, all right, we're gonna follow the rule. We're gonna go extreme with it. And we're gonna not go outside. We're not gonna talk to our friends. We'll chat on the video, whatever. Did they do it right? Or were they the best sheep? Are they the ones that now the deep state or whoever says those are the ones we start with because they're going to follow in line? So that's the first step. What can we get them to believe and do and follow? If we put this out, if we get a Fauci to say, this is what you guys got to do, it's us, probably people watching this, that are saying, hold on a second. Like I did that. We did that like 2 times. And I was like, wait a second. I know some medical information that I've learned in my training as a medic in the National Guard and the Army. That doesn't add up. They're saying this thing is not airborne. So then it's not going to live on a cardboard box as I bring my cereal in.
Yeah.
So just that, but that thought just popped up. The people that we thought were doing it right were the ones that were falling in line first, that were hook, line, and sinker being pulled in. They got the big fish, or whatever, however you want to say it. But
Yeah.
it's like, oh, we should have done that. Wait a minute, should we have? No, now we know. And the CDC can't keep lying. They cannot continue to lie because there's too many people, too many scientists, too many regular people out there going, hold on a sec. So they revise their stuff. And now the what do you do if you get COVID? Vaccinated is the same as unvaccinated.
Yeah. It's
Whoa, rewind that tape, because that's in the beginning. Do you need to get vaccinated? No. Were there people with comorbidities, meaning they have ailments that any serious viral load will take them out? It certainly is. Yeah, good. Good disclaimer. Yeah. This is just my opinion and my experience. Everything in this world is experience based. When you get in a car accident, you start driving a little more cautious because you had an experience. Everything is experience based. That's my experience. My lived experience is I got bamboozled. The military got bamboozled. We all were forced to take it. I wouldn't have taken it. I did not. I held out until finally they're like, well, your career's on the line. Well, sadly, I have more than, at that time I had 12, I had 10 years and I was at the halfway point. I'm halfway there. Do I want to throw away 10 years? No. So I said, all right, I'll get the jab. I had to do 2 because that was the one they were given. I think mine was
any boosters?
I don't remember, 5. Well, it was just 2 shots.
Oh yeah, it's the part 1, part 2.
The initial,
no additional.
That's how they had it. Johnson & Johnson was the only one that started out with 1, and then they were like, as I recall, the highest of the mortality rate because that thing was not ready at all. The one-shot wonder.
I mean, they got cancer. Johnson & Johnson has cancerous baby powder.
Yeah.
So it's like,
shoot. But what do you guys think about that? The Swedens, the places that showed that they followed along, they did the right things, their numbers were low. Did they do the right thing, or were they just doing the right thing by the people making the rules?
I think, it's like, I think it was people trying to be good people. Like I said in one of our episodes, I think that people want to be, they want to be good, but I don't think they were thinking they were doing good. But yeah, they were just test subjects for this, they're the Big Brother's agenda. There was a huge, all over the globe, of virtue signaling, like, oh, look what, I did it. I'm saving lives. I'm better than you, Oh, you don't want to get it? You want people to die? Like, of course, you're working with people's guilt. You're making people virtue signal you. It was bad all the way around.
Well, of course. I mean, there was a multitude of things during that whole time period too that were trivial, and they were trying, and everything was a process then. If they didn't do nothing, then it would look like they don't care about their citizens. So they start rolling out vaccines like crazy. They make it look like they're trying to help us. And why wouldn't you trust your government? That is something that's tried and true. It's been generation after generation here that, you know, when something like this happens and we don't really have experience, maybe like people who have served, like Greg over here, who has that medical background and has that knowledge and has that life experience, which he was talking about earlier. And more people do hand over foot follow, like as Sweden would, as the test sheep, and fall into that little path. Just thank you for your service for all of that too, and thank you that you're still here. God bless you. That's crazy that you had 2 of them. We saw Trump reinstated those people that were let go by the military who did not take the vaccine, and they are fully reinstated with back pay and all of that too. So moving on from that subject into what you were speaking on with Sweden, yeah, I definitely would kind of see that. It makes sense. They're one of the safest countries in the world. So if they're practicing and trying this during a world crisis, why wouldn't you, as another country, like do the same? So I understand that. That totally does make sense. Looking back at it now, it adds up. There's things that are there for sure.
Can I share this about Trump? Because I see your poster back there. I love it. It's hilarious.
That's why I got it. It's great. It's Rambo. Rambo.
It is.
Rambo
it
Trump.
Is, it is awesome.
Rambo Trump.
We love the Rambo. The best.
Huge.
Stallone, not Arnold. But anyway, say what you want, and Trump can. I could certainly point out his faults. Absolutely. Here's where I could say, for a military member, why I'm a Trump, why I go, isn't it? You know, hey, all that stuff, there's good too. And here's one. When Obama took office, that's when I entered the Army, when I enlisted. Obama was the president. I didn't know this till I got to my first duty station. And they were like explaining to me that the annual raise, there isn't one. You won't get a raise until you rank up. So I came in, I got to my first duty station as a PFC E3, only 3 ranks in, and I had to wait another like 8 months before I would get a raise. But the year would pass before then. So I was like, wait, what? I don't understand. Like, as you get better, any job, you get a raise. You're telling me there's no raise? What are you talking about? Yeah, Obama turned it off, right? One of the first things in Trump's first office term, turned the annual raise back on. Every year of service, you make more.
Which that's how it should be.
Yeah.
Like,
so
everywhere
say what
gets
you
annual
want.
raises.
Say what you want, and whatever. When there is a need, he uses the National Guard for the purpose that they are intended. That is our job, to protect these borders. We also are soldiers in the Army. It's the Ohio Army National Guard, Army first. So we could deploy. We could go wherever the Army's going, and most of the times we do deploy more and as often as the Army. Sometimes more, depending on your unit, so, or where you're stationed. But so I just wanted to add that to the Trump discussion. And his first office was during the COVID time. He was figuring it out. He was dealing with a lot of stuff, and you got somebody who everybody's telling him is trusted. Fauci, here's what we got to do. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to get a new guy. There's a different guy. Who is it? No, there's nobody else. There was nobody else at that time.
No.
Again, my experience or my understanding of the situation, there was nobody else. Then you find out the things that Fauci did, and I'm going off on another topic, so I'll stop
That's
there.
all right.
But
Yeah.
Trump is not, as the military goes, most service members will say He's all right. He's okay.
Yeah.
He's not bad. He's not worse. He's not a Clinton who sent us, Benghazi. So
Yeah.
that's not. So that's why nobody was voting. No, you got whatever the percentage of military is, did not vote for Clinton. I guarantee it. At least the service member. Maybe their wives, maybe their cousins, maybe their uncles, maybe somebody else. But usually they go, "What do you think?" No. Mm-mm. So good reason why she did not win.
We are, yeah. I mean, go Trump, go America. We are live on Rumble. We are live on X, and we're live on YouTube. Like and subscribe the page. Where's my little banner? Well, there we can. Donates are appreciated. Cash App. Where is it? No. Is that it? No.
Well, while he's finding this, chewing the fat, I
Yeah.
actually have some steak that we bought. We bought a quarter cow, or we split a half
nice.
a cow with a couple, and I got this is just a big old T-bone, huge
There you
steak.
go. T-bone's the way to go because you get the fillet and the New York strip. But another topic we want to talk about, and now I think they've, Big Brother, whoever you want to call, has switched the script. You see a lot of leftist violence, and that was kicking up. But then you have a few recent shootings. We had the let's share my screen here. We had the 3 North Carolina waterfront shooting that they found out that was a veteran. And like Greg just previously said, most, veterans are more conservative leaning or Republican leaning. And so there was this, I don't even know the whole story. Wait, the victims they're from different states. 3 patrons were fatally shot at North Carolina waterfront. Let's see if I can zoom this in a little bit so you guys can read it here too. 3 patrons fatally shot at North Carolina waterfront bar over the weekend were identified Wednesday as people between 36 and 56 years old. Killed Saturday's attack. They were shot by Nigel Max Edge, a former Marine, opened fire on American Fish Company bar from a boat. Interesting. Well, I guess they get that training in the Marines. Shot from a boat, which I didn't know that. I thought he just walked in the front door and started going.
Can we go back and name those people? Just say their names.
Killed Saturday attack were Solomon Banjo, 36 of Charlottesville, Virginia, Joy Rogers, 64 of Southport, North Carolina, and Michael Durbin, 56 of Galena, Ohio, the city of Southport said in a statement. Nigel, which I guess he just recently changed his. You're welcome. He just changed his name, which some people were saying that Nigel Max Edge, NME, enemy. Joy Rogers' husband, Lenny Rogers, told NBC affiliate WECT of Wilmington that she was a mother of 3 who moved with her family to Southport last year to enjoy retirement. Oh, man, that's a bummer. 5 other people were injured in the shooting, which happened in the area where the Intercoastal Waterway and Cape Fear River converge near the Atlantic Ocean, police said. The motive has not been disclosed, and the shooting remains under investigation. So there's that one, which is, I don't know. There's mental health problems, which that's a big thing with, and I don't mean to say that a lot of veterans need mental health and they don't seek it, or there's not good outlets for it. I heard the VA is just terrible. You know, you have to wait forever.
It is rampant within the actor service member, and it's a lot due to civilian life is far different than regular life. And I can tell you by experience, here's just a tiny experience of my lived life is everything is go, go, go. You have, when you're moving through wherever, it's leave and here's your hit time. Get there. There's no dilly dallying. There's no stopping. There's no snacks. There's no, you learn to hold your pee. You learn to eat when you can. You share those duties. You become like comrades, and you have, that's a part of it. And then you get to civilian life, and you walk into Walmart, and people are just going
No
over
sense
here,
of
and
urgency.
then they go that way, and you're going this way. You're going straight, and it bothered me. My wife, Steph, had to say, like, she actually turned to me like, what's going on with you? Like, your face, dude, I was like, come on, in my face. And she's like, what is going on right now? And I'm like, get out of the way. What are they doing? She's like, they're shopping. Like, to me, it was get in, get out. What do we need?
Yeah.
Let's get it. It's over there. We're going from there to there to there. And I'm mapping out like, all right, right here, we turn right. There's the cosmetics. We're going to turn left. We're going to get whatever dishes we needed to do. We're going to go down. There's the food. We're going to grab our bread. We're going to come this way. There's eggs. Back out. There's the line. We're out. And then it's just like, so some people don't get past that. And so it eats at them. And I think our parents, Q, my brother, Dave, my brother from another mother, also, I think the same thing would happen to you guys. You guys would be okay coming out because you had a good foundation going in. Nowadays, sadly, those soldiers are going in because they got nothing else to do, or
Yeah.
they're
troubled.
They're troubled, and they're like, let me get some guidance, and they get it. And a lot of them go in young, formidable years, and come out, and they don't know anything else. They do their first 4 to 6 years. That's a long time in a young man's life to like,
Yeah.
this is what I know now. And now I'm like 24, 26 years old, and I don't understand what's going on with all these people. Why are they talking like this? Why are they allowed to talk like that? Because you can't talk like that to a sergeant. You can't talk like that to a senior. You can't act like that. You can't act like that to just a fellow peer. So you go to the gas station and, people are rude and this and that, and then it just weighs down the next thing after the next thing. And then sadly, when they do go, you mentioned the VA, good point. If they go for help, they're going, well, tell us what's wrong. And they can't really figure it out. They don't know. They know one way, and this is bothering them because they don't have that foundation. So yeah, mental health is a stigmata. I don't know how to say it otherwise. A stigmata in this world. It sticks. It stays. It becomes what you see.
And the adult male brain isn't fully developed till you're 26. So that's, like you said, some of that lifestyle is hardwired into them then because they're still developing. So when they come out of this, it's like, what am I supposed to do? Like, and it's sad, and there should be more research, more resources for everybody, especially our veterans, to talk to somebody and get help, and not, I mean help, not another pharmaceutical. Not oh, here, take this pill. Like actual counseling and listening. Like,
Yeah, not the pill for an ill.
yeah,
Let's sedate you. Let's calm you. No, let's
address some
have
issues.
long conversations.
And so on September 20, well, this was released on September 24th. A sniper opened fire from a nearby rooftop on a U.S. Immigration and Customs Dallas office, which I'm pretty sure all you guys heard about that. 3 detainees were shot. One is deceased, and the gunman was found dead with a self-inflicted gunshot wound. And there's a little bit of the shell casings were found with anti-ICE messaging on them. This was an attack on ICE law enforcement.
Yeah, I remember talking about that earlier this week with you.
Yeah. There was also, this is not the first attack on this facility. Last month, there was a bomb threat on the facility. An unknown male subject, later identified as Bratton Dean Wilkinson. Isn't it weird all these kind of people have 3 names? Like, all kinds of assassins, bomb threat people, they all have 3 names.
Well, the news or the media gives them their 3 names. David Philip Thomas is 3 names. That is his name.
But yeah, he doesn't go by. I mean, Dave does go by. He's
So
like,
once
call me my full name all the time.
Right now, I typed out David. I don't mean that.
No.
You guys know what I mean. No, so
they just add the extra name to add.
They just, yep. It's not like John Wilkes Booth.
Yeah.
John Wilkes Booth.
He goes.
They
by
know
John
his
Booth,
name.
probably.
He's John B.
Yeah.
It's John B out here, man. I'm just trying to do my thing. I'm a patsy. So, sorry. We'll get to conspiracy corner a different time, but but seriously, I would hope I'm going to tell you guys right now, and I'm kidding. I'm being facetious, guys. I'm not. Okay. If something happens where I do something, just go by my first and middle name. That way they think I'm and you could throw the junior in, because then they think I'm just a race car driver. Gregor Dale Jr. Sped in there, took everybody out. Did he win the race? I don't understand what happened. He did. The life race.
Yeah, like you hear stories about the shootings, and those are horrible. But this one in particular kind of struck a little chord with me. Of course, when you have people who are stepping up, not only just for the defense of the country, but also for the people who are here illegally, they're actually trying to get them out safely, and they're coming under gunfire. Now, if these ICE officers are against any type of illegal immigrant in such a way that it's so horrible, and they treat them horrible, they're putting them in detaining camps, or they're treating them badly, they're not feeding them right, why would they, and there's video of that day when they were coming under fire, drag them back into safety into the building which they were leaving to go get transported into a vehicle and come under fire, and then after they were inside safe, go back out into gunfire behind I believe it was a vehicle, a van of some sort, and start taking action into their defense. And so you have certain people that are out here spinning a narrative that the ICE is bad. It's bad for the country. They're not actually helpful. They don't do anything for us, and they're not important. I got something over my time of doing what I do for work, and I keep this with me. I keep this on me. And it's a poker chip, and it's just a reminder to me that not all police officers are bad. So you could take your luck and you could take your chances and make a decision that could go either way. But not all of these people are bad. I support people who step up and take that risk and to defend themselves, their families, and me when push comes to shove. And so when I heard this story, I was immediately just like distraught. You have the assassination on Kirk and people spinning the narrative there, and then you get something like this where it's like, okay, I get it. You don't like that we're deporting people because we're the land of the free, home of the brave, and you think that illegal people should be here and they have rights, but really they don't. They were here illegally, and we're trying to make sure they come back the right way. And
Yeah.
I hate that they're trying to spin this narrative that they want like looting and riots to go on. Did you see the protests before the shooting that was happening at I think it was the same facility? They were trying to come in, and they were all just protesting outside, but then they surround the vehicle, and a woman who was in front of the vehicle, who's protesting and standing in the street, I would think these people have common sense, later goes on to report that he was trying to run me over, and he was idling 2 miles an hour, trying just to get to do his job for the day and get to go home, hopefully. But being an idle and moving forward apparently is enough for her to think that her life's at risk. Thought that was really bizarre.
It is, well, that's like our whole mentality, or not. There's a good bit of people, and maybe that they'll poke the bear, and then when the bear attacks, cry victim, and then you're standing in front of a vehicle, like, what is he supposed to do? You just slowly nudge. What WV Wildman 420 said that the Dallas shooter used a 8mm Mauser, which is the same rifle that was used in Charlie Kirk. I think that's interesting. What is going on?
Very interesting. Very
Okay.
interesting.
I didn't know that about the Charlie Kirk thing. I did not see that, but
that's what
that's a small
alleging.
caliber. Well, yeah. I'm still wondering about that lapel freaking.
They said that there's that, we showed them on the last episodes. You weren't here. The peak prosperity, that the way the trajectory, the way his body moved, all this stuff and angles, that it couldn't be couldn't have came from down here. It couldn't have come down there. There was a cavitation moment, they said, where that takes a lot of force.
Yeah, that's this way. Yep.
So it couldn't have been that.
Also, stuff I learned. I didn't see the angle. If it was an angle up, that could be like, but yeah, that's a small caliber round.
Yeah.
What?
Very small. 8mm. It's pretty small. I mean, there is definitely smaller.
Shoots at 30-06. Like, that's like 7.62 is 308. So 30-06 is equal to 8mm. It's just a different.
I never.
Like 7.62. It's a little bit bigger. Which I have it from last show. Hold on. There's a 308 round. A 30-06 is the same diameter bullet, so 7.62. So rounding to 8mm, it's like that long.
Oh, right. Okay, so you think about a 9 mil round,
Yeah.
but you look at it in the shell next to that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're going a Mauser, which is a handgun, right?
Yeah. Well, the Mauser is just the manufacturer.
Oh yeah, they don't say. I guess they don't say which is which or
Okay.
what. Yeah. Okay.
Kirk was a 30-06, and if that's if it's an 8mm Mauser, it would be because 7.62 8.0 would be 8mm. But that's the last shooting story that I got is the Michigan church shooting, which there was another church shooting. We know the one that happened with the children. Now here's another one, a Michigan church shooting. Body cam
Here,
video shows police confront the gunman.
if
Guess
I
what?
email this to you, can you put it up?
Yeah. Let me get my
All right,
email.
go ahead. Carry
Officials
on.
say Thomas Jacob Stanford, another 3 name. They just do it for extra line. Let's see. Let me get my Gmail.
Oh,
Do.
let's see.
But yeah, the Dallas shooter. But I guess there was some I haven't read a lot on it, but there was a girl, I think there was a woman involved. He was dating her and then they broke up, and then back to mental illness. He couldn't take the breakup. So so Wildman WV Wildman 420 says 8mm is 7.92. So instead of 7.62, it's 7.92. So, and Mauser is a rifle usually.
All right, send it. Let's see if you got it.
You send it to the show email?
To the Q, yeah, the one you sent me the link to. I don't know.
Oh, maybe it's my other one.
No, I sent it to your regular one. Yeah,
My personal.
I was about to say it, but I won't.
Yeah, my personal.
Yeah, the same one you sent the link to the show
no.
to. Oops.
All right, it's loading up. I don't got anything yet.
Oh, that'll come. Let me see what. Did I send it? Yeah, I sent it. Send.
Refreshing. So the Dallas shooter, we can watch some body cam if we want.
Oh, you know what? That's funny. I sent you nothing. Hold on. Listen.
Thank you. Good. I sent you
Good, I don't
nothing.
want
I'm not crazy.
All right.
All right, now it's coming.
All right.
Sure it is.
Is it? Nope, it's not.
Oh,
Let me
is it
refresh.
now?
Oh, because I didn't get it again.
I didn't even get a nothing
Oh, really
email.
now? I put.
Did you send it to the show email or my personal email?
The same
Or you
one
don't
you
know?
sent. No, I know exactly. The same one you sent the link to me from. So this show, you sent me the link. I just went in there and copied that email address to send this picture.
Okay. So I may have that may be the original. Let me refresh that. Let's go here. Let's watch this body cam footage of the law enforcement confrontation between the Dallas shooter. Here we go. Let's make sure we turn down this volume here a little bit. Don't want to dude yelling and carrying on in our ears.
Oh. Okay. It's really coming this time. Go ahead.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Is it now? Is it now?
It's taking forever. I'm running out of.
Oh, you're loading something. Yeah, do that, and then we can look at this image.
But yeah, I mean,
It's a
there's
learning curve.
It's I the last thing I want to talk to while we're watching this is I put it in
There
the
we
show,
go.
the Charlie Kirk motives. What would the motives be?
Yeah, why take him out?
Why take him out?
Who earns? Who gains? That's a good question.
Because there's a lot of talk of Erica Kirk's reactions. Her grieving process is a little unusual. No, that's not working. I guess.
Okay, you really should have that email now.
Or what remains a secret.
What?
Or what remains a secret. Because he was asking a lot of questions.
Oh, yeah. What did he know?
Mm-hmm.
Good question. Yeah, maybe. Okay.
Well, I guess I've
But
heard
who
things that they
gains?
were. Yeah, because if one of us, if you have a significant other,
Why silencing?
and that significant other ends up dead, who is the number one suspect? Who do they interview first? Not that I'm not saying, like I said, it's alleged. We're just spitballing.
Thank you, baby.
We're talking.
Mm-hmm. Wait, before you play this, look at your email so we don't get too far away from that. It has to do with what we were talking about with
I
calipers.
haven't got it.
It's your personal email, and I know it's for sure because then you popped up.
There we go.
Mm-hmm. I left a letter out. Your middle initial letter.
Tisk tisk.
Like, yeah, we'll name you 3 names.
Okay. Let's
when you cause problems. Quentin David. Oh yeah, see, so no, yeah, make it bigger.
That's as big as I can make it.
Look where 9 mil is. What would 8 mil be? Right?
It would be this one right here. This is 8 mil.
Well, that's not 8 mil. That's not really 8 mil. Millimeter, mm.
Yeah. So there's 10 millimeter.
Yeah. That's why I said it would be a small caliber. That's why I said, because if you go by that, now, once you go into, like 38 special, great band.
Yeah. But those, it's a high velocity. Like, look at all that powder.
Yeah.
So this is not going to have any kind of, that's what I was looking at. Like, I was thinking, like, okay, could it have been a 5.6 or 5.7 caliber pistol, which is, it's a 223, but short. Let's see. But it doesn't have nearly that's why I watched that peak prosperity video, that it has to be a high velocity, because to create that much force, it has to have, X amount of foot pounds.
Yeah, to rock them back.
The other rounds, like a 9 millimeter, unless it's at close range, won't do that. Like, they don't have the umph behind them.
Right. Unless close up, which is where people thought that propel mic thing would have made sense. If you could put a 9 mil charge into something this close, I'm gonna get thrown.
You mean lapel mic, not propeller.
Lapel.
You said propeller.
I said propel.
Yeah.
It's gonna propel you back. It's gonna send you into orbit, buddy.
It's a propel mic. You'll be flying around and talking. Everyone will be able to hear you.
Let's see what I don't want the body.
Nice
cam.
try. I'm down here. Yeah, let's go back to that now.
Yeah, that shows the confrontation. A newly released video, 2 hours, can be seen outside the Latter-day Saints church, along with bystanders holding a handgun. The shooter died in exchange of gunfire.
See, he said later days. You didn't correct him.
Latter day.
The
Later days.
You know, when
They
at
only
the end,
they only meet in the evening.
right before they come in and torch the place. It's the later days.
Yeah, the Latter-day Saints.
Waco.
Oh, stop. Drop.
And roll.
Yeah, four people inside the church died. 2 of
Devin.
gunshot wounds. And at least 8 others were wounded. The youngest of whom was 6. That's terrible. This is friends and acquaintances of the attacker, whom the authorities had identified as Thomas Jacob Sanford, said that he had developed a hatred for members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints after a romantic relationship with a religious woman who belonged to the church ended painfully several years ago. That's a new. I would imagine that it was recent.
Same.
Yeah.
Oh, how the turns have tabled.
Yeah.
They don't.
Man.
Yeah, you got to read for that stuff. And that's one of those issues with the mainstream media. Let's paint it where it makes the most common sense, where it fill in the blanks, and that sucks. Because then you
Wild
read
man.
and you're like, hold on a sec, that's not true.
West Virginia wild man said you would move like that. You would also move like that being hit from behind, which that is the theory that there was there was like a Bushman in one of the videos that they're like, oh, this could be him too. Like it just, but
It's too many. Go. I think you played the video. I hope you did. I missed it if you didn't. And it was the strange handoff and runaway. Like there's an active shooter and you're going to take time to like, hold on, let me have that. Let's get this. Let's go. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I think so.
It was a video where it was like the Israeli? No, maybe Israeli. I don't want to say the wrong thing. Again, I'm an idiot that knows nothing. But what I saw in this video was a handoff by somebody that got close to Charlie on the ground, grabbed something, handed it to another gentleman, and that gentleman ran away.
Well, let's see.
And everybody, the people talking about it were like, well, of course, people run away. Yes, but people don't stop to hand off something. You figure that out later. Dave, if I got your wallet and we're running away, you'll get your wallet later. You know, like, hey man, stupid me, I wore these shorts. I don't have pockets. Can you hold this? Yeah, I got you, buddy. I got the cargo pants on.
I wonder if
I'm not stopping like, hey, just in case we get separated, here's your wallet. Stop right here in front of actually right where the person is down.
Yeah.
And say, here's your wallet, buddy.
Which
give me any.
That whole
there's
scene,
nothing. There's nothing that I'm going to give you. Have you seen this video that I'm talking about?
I have not.
I'm seeing if this is it right here.
That camera has everything. Okay.
Can you zoom in on that?
Like,
full screen?
Get Israel, get all that out of there. The
yeah,
way
I think
that
it is.
Handled, and the fact that his friends and everybody else have just moved on and they're worrying about turning point does not sit with me well, Pat. And I'm talking about my mom. I'm talking about people from all walks of life are like, something doesn't feel right. touching the
No, that's not it. But I think I know what you're talking about. But that whole scene was FUBAR from the beginning. Because well, one, in any situation, like I work security, you have a team that goes and takes care of the victims, and you have a team that goes eliminates a threat or finds a threat and isolates it, eliminates it, squashes it, whatever you want to say.
Controls it.
Controls it. So the fact that they didn't administer care right there on the ground, and that they moved him, which you can ask Greg. That's not what you do. You have to you have to stop the bleed, and then you move. But there was no care, no aid rendered on scene. Like, how are you going to move them? When you haven't even rendered aid, you just picked them up and ran. Like, it was weird. And then you have the guy taking the camera in the back. There's just a lot of weird things in that whole situation. And then now, like, going back to the motives, who gains from his demise? Like, there's rumors that he was offered money from AIPAC and he took it. So who took that money? It was definitely offered to somebody else.
Yeah, there was definitely talks. Turning Point USA was definitely in talks of getting some type of funds from an outside investor or whatever you want to call that to keep the show in a way to not bring up or talk about certain subject matters regarding certain countries.
Yeah, I believe the code word is IHOP.
And yes, and so because he denied it, because he's the CEO and founder of Turning Point USA, that is like the running narrative here. I sent you a link. It's a video short that has to do with this particular motive by Candace Owens, and she's probably like the only one that's come out to the front of this and say things to this kind of, I want to say, escalation more than anybody. Of course, yeah, they were friends, her and Charlie, but he gave her a platform to have a voice and have opinion and have what basically she is, is today. So they were close, but she comes to his defense in a way that has not been talked about in the national media. I don't know if you have that clip that I sent you. Yes.
To issue a very clean statement saying that I am lying if this is not true. About 48 hours before Charlie Kirk died, Charlie informed people at Turning Point, as well as Jewish donors and a rabbi, that he had no choice but to abandon the pro-Israel cause outright. Okay, Charlie was done. He said it explicitly that he refused to be bullied anymore by the Jewish donors. Can you guys answer? Did he express that? Did he also express that he wanted to bring me, Candace Owens, back because he was standing up for himself? And then did he, just 48 hours later, conveniently catch a bullet to the throat before our onstage reunion could happen? It's a yes or a no. Explicitly, I want to hear from Turning Point USA that I'm lying about that. I want you to say, no, it was just, he was feeling a little bit of pressure. No, I want you to literally answer what I have just said. It either happened or it didn't. I'm either making it all up or it happened exactly as I'm saying. And while we're at it, may I ask, what is the name of the Jewish donor who sponsored the Hamptons weekend? Okay. And to Pastor Rob McCoy, were there any LLCs that you or your son were being paid through that sat outside of Turning Point? I'm asking that question genuinely. Yeah, I'm putting the fire here right at the feet of Turning Point because I am disgusted. I am genuinely disgusted. I am looking around and wondering whether Charlie's entire life was the Truman Show. None of you guys are behaving in the way that you should be behaving, okay? There is no way you are letting these lies fly. Unless, as I am hearing, unless it is true that there was a big payday that was on the line. And if Charlie radically stated that he was done with Israel, if Charlie said he had no choice but to abandon the pro-Israel cause because of, and I quote, Jewish donors, the behavior of Jewish donors, if he said that, yes or no, well then, I don't know, maybe some people didn't want to take that risk that he was going to become Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson at Turning Point USA with so much presence across college campuses. Maybe they didn't want to take the chance. You see, I'm just one person, so it's easy to just try to cancel my life and lie on me every second of every day. But Turning Point USA, I think, got a little bit bigger than Charlie, and I'm no longer going to allow this lie in this narrative. So answer the questions, yes or no. And I'm going to, again, challenge you to lie. And if you do lie, I'm going to expose the lies, and I'm going to start dropping videos, actually. So that's where I'm at. Enough of the games, enough with trying to allow Israel to wrangle a narrative that you know is not true. I'm going to challenge.
What do we think, guys?
Yeah, that's why she is a friend of the truth seekers, the truth sayers, the truth. Like
I am.
and that's why I do a little bit more Q. Sorry. That's why I love the youth of today, because as a little bit older man, it is frustrating a lot of times to hear like the youth be disrespectful and not go by our learnings, right? Our teachings of our parents. Hey, wait a second. It's not your turn to talk. Calm down, sir. That's irritating. On the other side of it is, wait, I deserve to know. I want to know. I'm going to get the right answer. I'm going to make sure it's the right answer. I'm going to find out. So Candace Owens is one of those, like, hey, you're not just going to tell me some nonsense like the Easter Bunny and Santa Claus, and I'm going to believe it. I'm not. I want to see the proof. So I like that change in today's societies, and not so much even our parents going, well, the government said, or the doctor said, or somebody said. It was on the news, so it must be true. Today's generations are going, wait a second, I've never seen that. I don't think that's true. Or that doesn't add up. Let me see the proof. Thank you, Candace.
Yeah, there's been a decline, and I think it's rising now with people like Charlie and Candace and Tucker, for critical thinking, not taking things at face value. Like Richard Pryor said in one of his stanzas, like, who are you going to believe, me or your lying eyes? Like, people are asking questions, and they want the truth. They're sick of getting lied to. Like, did any of you get a chance to look at or see his letter, the full letter that he supposedly sent BB? I'll have to find it and put a link in the description of the show. If you're live and you're watching, here's a little segue. If you're live and watching, like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment. What are you thinking about? What do you think about the whole situation, the motives? Like, they just seem like Candace they seem like they're just going on as business as usual, when the founder, and I don't know if you call him a CEO, I think, like I said, I think it's a poor taste to keep this show going. Like, you have to call it something else. Like, oh, hey, look, it's me, and it's Captain Q and David and Gregory on the Charlie Kirk show. We're talking about everything that we want to talk about, and we're just using his name to. We're riding on his coattails. Like that's why I wanted to add this, to the, motives. Who any old school crime movie, who is to gain from his demise. And there's a lot of people at the Daily Wire that have now blown up because of this. There's a bunch of people, the people that were in the Charlie Kirk circle are now on another level. They and then, so that's on one side that I think of. And the other side, you had this stadium full of people for a podcaster. That's who he was, a touring podcaster. And you had a televised stadium memorial. Like, that's just my opinion. Like,
The president
seems a little weird.
Gets involved.
Yeah, for a podcaster. Like, that's like something happened to him, we would have a stadium memorial for the Joe Rogan. It's all weird. And to have that one video, I don't know if I shared it with you guys. I think I shared it on the show when we were talking about the car guy that was using Gronk, that because of Charlie Kirk, it will start a chain reaction of events that will end up giving more aid to IHOP. So, like Candace Owens said, we want transparency. We want the truth.
Again, who gains? Besides motive, why did it? You could drum up a motive just like they drummed up the text messages back and forth between his. What's up?
You froze for a second.
My internet's a little bit choppy here.
I think you said it. What's the motive? Who's the gain? They drop the motive and they paint the picture of what it should be. They release the information accordingly, I guess, to the public, so we have knowledge of what they found, and is it believable? Do we follow it? Do we say, was there anything else? You look at the phrasing and the text messaging back and forth, it looked fake. No 20-year-old, 22-year-old gives detail in a high anxiety moment where they never did anything actively with experience in their life with a weapon of that sort, and then goes right to their lover and has a conversation in detail, in context of what's going on right now, what's happening, and all of this stuff. It's never like that. So motive, they can drop it and tell you how it is. We could come up with a couple different ones on our own, and we could say that there was a lot more people that were involved that had a benefit at the end of it. When he expires, all of us are going to gain from this. And it could be outside of Turning Point USA as well, where there were people that were involved that benefited from it as well. Could it be a jealousy thing? Could it be because he had a voice and he was speaking to so many and got basically young students to talk about what they believe in, how they believe in it, how they got to there. And on top of all that, standing in front of them as a man of faith. And I've never seen him in a point of a high debate where someone believes so much, where he's getting cussed at, and he doesn't talk back with anger or any type of emotion to elicit, like, I'm mad because of what I'm doing. because it would look like silly to have a debate with somebody and they're getting angry at you and then you get angry back at them. You're the one that started the
Yeah, you're
debate.
getting
Why
nowhere.
would you even enact it anyway? And he never did any of that. So I think there's a lot more people that had a benefit when he would, God rest his soul, for, you know, for the situation that happened. I think there was a lot more than just Turning Point. I think there's a lot more of people that were outside of this that had to take some type of gain from that. As sick as that sounds, and that may seem. That's just my opinion.
Yeah. I'm right there with you.
Creating discourse scares everyone, right? So what we're doing right now is having a open forum discourse. He created that, started slow and low, and built it up. And then I don't know if you can look at how many followers he had before his untimely, demise. But those that want you to follow in line, those that are going, yes, Sweden, those are our people because they will listen, they'll follow, they'll do what we say. Those guys are the ones that are scared. Hey, when we have to push something out, we got way too many people. Look at the followers. Can you see the followers?
Yeah, he's got 184.7K followers here. That's X.
Yeah, try YouTube. That's going to be way bigger. But that he was growing. He was creating a need for discourse. Meaning, let's talk about it before we just follow. Let's think about it before we just do. And so in that's a threat. That's a threat to the government for sure, or the people that want to, not even beyond the government, because there's other people that want the advertising, everything. We want to put this out. We want you to buy it. We don't want you to question it. We want you to buy it. We want you to purchase it.
13.8 million.
Yeah.
On Instagram.
And so his amount, that's Instagram. Can you go to YouTube now?
Yeah.
So you got a lot of course, a lot of those are the same people, but that's even more. That's millions more. It was only in the 100,000s in the other one, right? Or 100,000 something. So you got a person that is gaining some serious steam in changing the narrative and the response of the general public.
Yeah.
Us.
He's got 5.6 on YouTube.
Again, I will say,
million.
I am a moron that knows nothing. I'm an idiot that thinks because somebody told me it's okay. Mom, Dad said, hey, well, think about it. And so I think about it. And that's what I'm thinking is, who gains? Those people that want to control. Those people that want sheep, that want purchasers, that want
obedient,
what
as
have you.
George Carlin would say, obedient workers. The George Carlin, I should probably find that. George Carlin has a thing about obedient workers. They want people just smart enough to run machines, but dumb enough not to ask questions.
Yep. Did you guys play the Paul Harvey thing about If I Were the Devil?
No, but we can close off on that. That's a good idea.
Yeah, that's a good closer. We're right around there. Got about 25 minutes.
All right.
Have you ever heard this, Dave? It's from 1974, I think.
I might have heard
even
it.
earlier.
It sounds
1965.
he was
Oh,
explaining.
sorry. I did share it. So it says the year right on it. But
All right, let me.
oh, sorry, Dave. What'd you say? While he's bringing it up.
I said I might have heard it. Right now, he brought it up last time on my last episode.
Well,
What
I'm glad he
I
waited to
brought-
play it.
I brought it up because Stephanie sent me a guy talking about. He asked ChatGPT if it were the devil, what would it do? And
Yeah,
it's
I saw
very
that.
similar. It's very similar to this.
Do you want me to send it again, Q?
No, I got it pulled up right here. I'm gonna add it right here. All right, we ready? Here we go.
Yeah, a warning from 1965. That's awesome. Ready?
Get the volume up. Here we go.
If I were the devil, if I were the devil,
A little more.
if I were the prince of darkness, I'd want to engulf the whole world in darkness, and I'd have 1/3 of its real estate and 4/5 of its population, but I wouldn't be happy until I had seized the ripest apple on the tree. So I'd set about, however necessary, to take over the United States. I'd subvert the churches first. I'd begin with a campaign of whispers. With the wisdom of a serpent, I would whisper to you, to Eve, do as you please. To the young, I would whisper that the Bible is a myth. I would convince them that man created God instead of the other way around. I would confide that what's bad is good and what's good is square. And the old I would teach to pray after me, Our Father, which art in Washington. And then I'd get organized. I'd educate authors in how to make lurid literature exciting so that anything else would appear dull and uninteresting. I'd threaten TV with dirtier movies and vice versa. I'd peddle narcotics to whom I could. I'd sell alcohol to ladies and gentlemen of distinction. I'd tranquilize the rest with pills. If I were the devil, I'd soon have families at war with themselves, churches at war with themselves, and nations at war with themselves, until each in its turn was consumed. And with promises of higher ratings, I'd have mesmerizing media fanning the flames. If I were the devil, I would encourage schools to refine young intellects, but neglect to discipline emotions. Just let those run wild. Until before you knew it, you'd have to have drug-sniffing dogs and metal detectors at every schoolhouse door. Within a decade, I'd have prisons overflowing. I'd have judges promoting pornography. Soon I could evict God from the courthouse, then from the schoolhouse, and then from the houses of Congress. And in his own churches, I would substitute psychology for religion and deify science. I would lure priests and pastors into misusing boys and girls and church money. If I were the devil, I'd make the symbol of Easter an egg and the symbol of Christmas a bottle. If I were the devil, I'd take from those who have and give to those who wanted until I had killed the incentive of the ambitious. And what'll you bet? I couldn't get whole states to promote gambling as the way to get rich. I would caution against extremes in hard work, in patriotism, in moral conduct. I would convince the young that marriage is old-fashioned, that swinging is more fun, that what you see on TV is the way to be. And thus I could undress you in public, and I could lure you into bed with diseases for which there is no cure. In other words, if I were the devil, I'd just keep right on doing what he's doing. Paul Harvey. Good day.
Whoa! What stuck out to you? Oh, you're muted, Q.
Yep. What stuck out is all of it stuck out.
Well,
Like the whole
yeah.
thing, because now that was before cell phones. Like what you said on, I guess what you saw on TV is the way it should be now, and we know this. Like what you see on Instagram or what you see on Facebook, the facade people put up. That, oh, this is how my life is, and then then you get envious, then you get jealous, you get greedy for that kind of lifestyle. It just opens up all kinds of sin.
The pills,
Yeah.
taking religion out of schools, where you can't say "In God We Trust" during the Pledge of Allegiance. And that's 1965. And I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. So,
What happened?
sadly, but truly, I mean it. God bless everyone. Hopefully, God blesses you and keeps you safe and makes you look at what you're viewing and seeing as entertainment instead of gospel.
Yeah. That's well, God blesses everybody. It's up to the individual to accept him into your heart and accept it and to try to be like, we're not like, I just watched the episode of The Chosen where Mary slips back into her ways. Like,
Paused again.
you know, try not to sin, and because we're imperfect creatures. But we'll call it a night. We had some good topics. We had some good conversations, good insights. If you like the show, like it, subscribe to it, and if you really feel extra generous, you can donate to the show and help it make it a better show. More production value, more, you know, maybe I can even email people to have, like, you know, guests, you know, actual like experts in their field on. So
taking live calls.
That's another thing I want to start. I want to try to do is take live calls. But everybody
turn on those notifications too.
Yeah, turn them on.
There's a chance for like pop-up
like
episodes.
Subscribe it. Turn on that episode. Yeah, turn on that.
Hit that bell.
Hit that bell.
Ring that bell.
All right, everybody have a safe evening and a blessed night.
Yeah, you too.
And thank you for chewing the fat with us.
Yep, and thank you for joining Chewing the Fat.
Well, then you won't, then you rather I'll go. I'm gonna say it to you. These three little words and they mean that we are through.